And it passes unanimously, the power of the cookie, if I may say. So, if you have a hankering for 10 minutes, I say from Girl Scouts in the audience. Yes, so we are absolutely, we're doing item number 6 right now.
So now we need to, before we have public comment, we need to have.
Thank you. All right, this one's on me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have staff presentation, council member questions, and then comments from you guys in support or against. All right? So you can have a seat and wait. Thank you. We're getting there. I promise. We're really close. Yeah. They keep changing it on me. All right. Who is presenting this item? This would be Director Olmos.
Mr. Madam Mayor,
Yes.
the staff wasn't prepared for this change. They're not here right now.
Okay, call Sona. So can we let them speak, or let's let them speak? Come on. I'm not going to entertain a motion, for God's sake. All right, Carol.
Hi, we're from Girl Scout Troop 1445, and we would like to discuss how we would appreciate a ban on outside or outdoor public smoking, or a ban on smoking in outdoor public areas. We won't bore you with statistics that you've already heard. We would instead like to share our personal stories of why we think this smoking ban is so important. We all think that people should stop smoking in outdoor places, not just for us, but for the future generations, because every day people are suffering from the consequences of secondhand smoke. Not only does smoking affect people, but it also damages our environment as well. One prime example is cigarette butt litter on the streets, which gets washed down into the gutters and ends up in our ocean. By banning smoking, we can make a significant change in our environment to the people in the city of Manhattan Beach and future generations of this world. All of us are very eager to tell you more about why this is so important to our lifestyles as well as yours.
There are many negative effects that smoking causes in the environment. Smokers tend to throw their cigarette butts on the ground simply because it's easier than walking over to a trash can to dispose of them. This is harmful because cigarette butts that are thrown on the ground get washed down gutters and end up in our oceans, which in turn pollutes the water and destroys sea life. Not only does it harm our ocean, but smoking also causes air pollution. Cigarette smoke contains somewhere around 4,000 harmful chemicals. Around 60 of these are considered to be carcinogens, which can cause cancer. Harmful gases produced as a result of smoking, such as carbon monoxide, make it one of the most prominent sources of air pollution. Whether you smoke or you don't smoke, you end up coming in contact with these harmful gases that smoking releases into the atmosphere.
And I might remind you always to tell me your name. We want to commend you for speaking so significantly. And you are?
Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine.
It clearly affects people, even the non-smokers. When you inhale secondhand smoke, you actually ingest more toxic chemicals than the smoker. People with asthma, respiratory infections, and heart problems are severely affected by secondhand smoke. What people don't seem to understand is the fact that a cigarette residue stays on you even after you wash your hands. The toxins are released from smoking stay on your clothes and bodies for days.
Hi, I'm Elena. I would like to share a personal story with all of you. My younger brother Drake is 9 years old and has very bad asthma. And one of the things he is highly allergic to is cigarette smoke. One afternoon, my brother and I were at my dad's house, and my grandmother, who was a smoker, was visiting. She didn't smoke in the house, but she went outside to go and smoke, and she didn't know that the residue would stay on her clothes and her body. She would hug us and sit next to us on the couch. Well, one day my mom picked me and my brother up from school and noticed my brother was very yellow and blue around the mouth, and he had a hard time breathing. She took Drake straight to the hospital, and they immediately took him to the back and started his breathing treatment, since his oxygen level was 83%, which is very dangerous. He then was on 5 different medications for the next month. He is not able to visit his grandmother due to her smoking. And one more thing I would like to share with you is my great aunt recently died of lung cancer, and it's the scariest thing I've ever seen. And she suffered a lot of pain, and so did we. I would like to leave you with one last question. If you choose to smoke and die of lung cancer, that's your fault. But if I don't choose to smoke and I die of lung cancer, please fall for it.
My name is Francis, and this is a letter from Dr. Rafi from the Allergy Asthma Care Center. To whom it may concern, this letter is in reference to the health dangers of secondhand smoke, or SHS. As an asthma and allergy physician, I can attest to the dangers of secondhand smoke. In addition, I support programs which prevent SHS exposure for children and adults. Since 1964, 34 separate U.S. Surgeon General reports have been written to make the public aware of the health issues linked to tobacco and SHS. The ongoing research used in these reports still supports the fact that tobacco and SHS are linked to serious health problems that could be prevented. The reports have highlighted many important findings on SHS, such as SHS kills children and adults who don't smoke. SHS causes disease in children and in adults who don't smoke. Babies and children exposed to SHS are at an increased risk of sudden infant death syndrome, upper respiratory and lung infections, ear infections, and more severe and frequent asthma attacks. SHS immediately affects the heart, blood vessels, and blood circulation in a harmful way. Over time, it can cause heart disease, strokes, and heart attacks. SHS causes lung cancer in people who have never smoked. Even brief exposure can damage cells in ways that set the cancer process in motion. The Surgeon General estimates that living with a smoker increases the chance of getting lung cancer by 20% to 30%. There is no safe level of exposure to SHS. Any exposure is harmful. On average, children are exposed to more SHS than non-smoking adults.
Hi, I'm Haley. Please consider this ban on outdoor smoking because smoking causes many deaths and diseases such as lung cancer and heart problems. It's not fair for non-smokers to have to suffer the consequences because of people smoking in outdoor areas. You and I should be able to eat and shop in a smoke-free environment without having to worry about the toxins in the air that we are breathing. Now, people should have the freedom to smoke, but not at the risk of others' health. We need to take a stand and address this issue immediately for the future health of all people.
Hi, I'm Amari. We are asking for your help in banning outdoor smoking because we see the damage it is causing all around us, and we want to help overcome this difficult situation. But we can't do it alone, so we are now asking you, the Manhattan Beach City Council, to consider what you have heard tonight and come together to make this possible. This ban will benefit everyone for the better. Not only will we have clean air to breathe, but we will also have cigarette butt-free streets and a cleaner ocean with more sea life. We want people to be able to eat and shop in our city without ending up sick or even worse, in the hospital. The future generation will appreciate and thank you for the better, healthier lifestyles that you have created for them. Hopefully this has inspired you to accept making this change in Manhattan Beach. We would like to thank you all for giving us, the younger generation, a chance to speak and our opinion and thoughts of how we feel and what we see going on in our world. We hope this will lead to something big in the near future. Thank you for taking the time to listen. We and the future generation highly appreciate it.
Thank you. It's very important that you come down like this. It's important.
My name is Joanne Gaines. I'm here to represent myself very briefly, and also one of the students from the high school. So I've lived in